What's up, everybody? This is the Redeemed Jake and Blake podcast, and today we are here to talk about some breaking news all over the world, but especially in the Christian community, the Jewish community, the Muslim community. There is a pretty big topic going on right now, which is the Mahdi, who claims that he is the successor of Jesus Christ. So we're going to go over that. I'm going to play a clip here. I will throw it up on the screen for everybody, and then Jake and I will give our thoughts. How's that sound, Jake?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, buddy. Well,
let's do this, Blake.
I'm going to play this clip here for everyone.
I am Abdullah, the successor of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, the successor of the Comforter Ahmed, the successor of Simon Peter, the successor of Muhammad, the successor of Jesus Christ. I am the true and legitimate Pope. I am the proof upon the Christians. I am the son of the Muslims through my father, and the son of the Christians and the Jews through my mother. I am the son of the East through my father, and the son of the West through my mother. I am like Zulkarnain, who with one horn in the East and one in the West. And I am the inheritor of all that lies between. I am more knowledgeable than any false pope, and I am appointed by name in the will of the prophets. My name is also on the tongue of Isaiah, who prophesied of the righteous servant, and he said, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, and the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand.
What do you think of Abdullah?
I don't like him.
Don't like him?
I don't believe him. I don't trust him. I don't think he's the successor of Jesus Christ.
Let me get your mic a little closer. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think so either. The successor of Jesus Christ, that is a huge statement to make. First off,
those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, very big shoes.
Sandals.
I'm like, okay, so here's my thing is everyone is labeling this as this guy is a cult leader. What I found out, because I've been studying this over the past week, is he's located in Egypt, from what I can understand. And what they are doing is they are literally having planes fly over in the sky and drop off pamphlets, like how they used to do in like World War II. They'd drop off the notes to let the communities know and whatnot. And they are putting stuff on this like, the Messiah is here. Like, get ready, the Messiah is here. And with cults, an interesting thing that I want to point out, I don't know, somebody probably has realized this too, but usually a cult is like a little community of people. From what I can understand, this guy is getting endorsed by a whole country. So
that's insane.
Yeah, and he's claiming to be the leader of Christianity, the old law of, like the Jewish tradition. He's claiming that. And then he's also claiming to be the head of the Muslims now as well, which is kind of mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's very weird. So yeah, I think that it's kind of interesting that you've got a whole country backing this one guy. Like, is that a cult or is that like a whole movement?
I don't know. It's just insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
Right now is a scary and insane and kind of cool and awesome time to be alive. But I feel like, Jesus is definitely coming back soon. That's just how it feels for me,
Yeah, and in the Bible, it says there have been and will be many false prophets. I do kind of think that maybe this situation might be a little bit different. And the reason being is because of how big this guy's movement is. And I don't know if you heard about this, but the day before the Pope died, they had his supporters there at the Vatican, and they were holding up banners. And I don't remember what the banners said, but these banners that these guys are using are banners that have not been used since Muhammad was alive. Like the guy from, Middle Eastern culture, religion, the Muslims, the one they believe that was the next prophet after Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting to me.
It's just crazy the crap that people come up with.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Do you think that this could be like partially like mental illness going on as well, like with this individual who's claiming all this?
I think he might have been drinking a little too much ayahuasca.
I mean, that's definitely. I mean, that's
too many shrooms there, bud.
Yeah, that's almost kind of what this sounds like. Like, this guy is just purely delusional. I don't know why he thinks that he is the successor of Simon Peter and the successor of Jesus Christ. Jesus did appoint Simon Peter to be the rock, you know, and that was a thing. But I don't think that...
He probably had a weird trip and had a vision, and something came to him and told him all this crap.
Well, as I did a little bit of investigating this week, what I realized is this guy used to make conspiracy theory videos about the Antichrist. Riddle me that.
I can't. That's a riddle in itself. It's already riddled.
Yeah. Like, there's been something going on with this individual before he came around. Like, obviously, this is a topic that he has been honed in on for basically, it sounds like, his entire life.
Right.
And now he's claiming to be the legitimate pope, the successor of Jesus Christ. And I mean, his following is huge.
That's just crazy and scary.
It is. And I mean, like I say, usually cults are like a little small individualized group of people. This is a guy who has a backing from people all over the world, and in his country, people are going nuts for this guy. My question is this, Jake. Do you think that this guy is... I don't know if he's the Antichrist, but I think he could very well be the false prophet.
The scary part is just how extreme is he willing to take this crap?
I mean, pretty extreme, because, like I say, they were there at the Vatican the day before the Pope died, and he is claiming that the reason they were holding these banners was to get across the point, but it's a miracle that the Pope died the next day. This guy is calling this a miracle, that the banners were held up at the Vatican and the next day the Pope died, and he is now the true legitimate Pope. They're claiming that this is a miracle.
True legitimate crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think there's something going on there other than mental illness, or like I don't know what can compel anybody to think that they are the Messiah. And he's also made several videos saying that he's not the Antichrist, he's not the false prophet. Do you know who he thinks who the Antichrist is? America. He did a whole video explaining how America is the Antichrist. The Antichrist isn't a person, it's a group of people, which is us Americans. We are the Antichrist. What do you think about that?
I think he's a special word that we're not allowed to say or we'll get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is crazy times we're living in. And I mean, Ruslan KD, I thought it was pretty funny because that guy calls him the Timu Antichrist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like, if this is the Antichrist or false prophet, like I'm pretty mind blown. I figured he would be way more
right
bad and scarier than what we're dealing with here. But this guy legitimately thinks
version.
Yeah, he's the Wish version of the Antichrist. I mean, it just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Because like I say, he's got a huge following. His YouTube videos are getting everywhere. He's all over TikTok. He's all over Instagram. He's all over Facebook. He's a huge topic. And I don't think we've ever had anybody that has been pointed out to be the false prophet. But at the same time, I don't think anyone has ever claimed to be the successor of Jesus Christ. In the Bible, it talks about how the person who is, I think it's either the false prophet or the Antichrist, will eventually claim that he is God. And
I could see this dude doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see this dude doing that.
It's already on the verge of it right there.
Basically, I mean, if you're claiming to be the successor of Simon Peter, the successor of Jesus Christ, you said you've got a horn in the east and a horn in the west, buddy. The only place you've got horns at is on your forehead.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, if this isn't one of the most devilish things I've ever seen in my life, I don't know what is. Like, this is just pure insanity to me.
Stu's just weird.
Yeah, he's very weird. He's got this creepy aura about him too. He wears
he's not a
he always wears black. He kind of looks like somebody you'd see as a character in Sons of Anarchy. And his whole congregation, all the men, they all wear these black beanies. And it's very interesting.
They're probably ski masks rolled up.
Yeah, probably. And that's another thing is like he's got all these supporters and they shout these phrases. I mean, I encourage everyone who's interested in this sort of content to go check out his content. You'll see how crazy this is. I mean, it's no joke, people. Like this guy is nuts. He's really got supporters everywhere, and his congregation looks like they are ready to go to war. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen from here? I mean, because this guy is
I'm not sure. I'm scared. Honestly, I'm not sure. It is definitely a scary world that we're living in right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure it is. And I mean, it's just one of those things where I am pretty much on the verge of being pretty convinced that this might just be, if this isn't a crazy person, this might just be the guy that, you know, was mentioned in the book of Revelation as the false prophet.
As the crazy person.
As the crazy person, yeah. And, you know, the Bible is very clear about what is going to happen to the people who support this guy, who follow this guy, where their final destination when they die is going to be. I don't want no part of it at all.
I don't want to follow this guy. I don't like him.
Yeah,
seems a little weird.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. Unfortunately, he has been around. So this isn't a new thing. So I guess he's been doing this now for about 10 years, but he chose to make his grand appearance just recently, and he launched some YouTube video that reached the entire world. And it's one of those things that it's interesting as well, because he is saying that, you know, YouTube reaches the entire world. So everyone is going to hear his message. And if they deny his message, they're going to hell. Because he's saying that when Jesus was here, no one believed that Jesus was the Messiah. And look what happened to them. And he's saying the same thing is going to happen to the people who don't believe that this guy is the Messiah. That's nuts to me.
Right.
I've also heard a theory that he is a rogue CIA operative that was used.
I also haven't seen this dude do anything that Jesus did.
Yeah, and there's people...
You know what I mean? He's not proven himself to be the Messiah.
Right, and there's people who are claiming that he has brought their family members back to life from the dead, that he has made, I think they said birds out of leaves on the ground. Like he turned leaves on the ground into birds. These are all claims.
Hey man, I can pick up a leaf up and throw it in the air too.
Right.
Not too hard.
Yeah. And I mean, some people, they have the theory that this guy and the people who are saying the claims about him are all just paid actors.
I could say that.
I mean, I could see it too, but there's still a problem with it, is that I believe that this guy really believes that he is the successor to Jesus Christ, that he is the successor to Simon Peter, that he is the true legitimate pope. I think he believes this with every fiber of his being.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I don't know. Buckle up, guys. It looks like we might just be in the end times after all. Everyone always says, we're living in the end times. Wouldn't it make sense?
Definitely. I mean, it feels like it anyways.
Yeah, it does. A lot of the signs are there.
Yeah, definitely.
So if this guy really is the false prophet, I think the devil could have done better,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Than this guy. This guy is just a Looney Tune. His followers are now making these podcasts and coming after Christian podcasts who have anything to say negative about him.
Come on, buddies. Not buddies.
Not buddies.
We're not buddies.
No.
Go away.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Bye-bye.
I really hope that, none of the Christians in the world can be deceived by this guy. Even for the Muslims out there who believe in what they believe in, and the Jewish people who believe in what they believe in, I hope they don't get sucked into this either.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
I've read the book of Revelation. It's been a minute, but I have actually read the book of Revelation 5 times now. So I'm pretty fluent in that. So that's why I say, a lot of people just think of the Antichrist. Well, there is a false prophet too in the end times.
That's crazy.
Could this guy be it? Absolutely. I think he could be. And if he is, buckle up, because it's about to be a wild ride for like the next however many years. But like I say, I just pray that nobody gets sucked into this, because this guy, when he speaks, he sounds very convincing. He sounds like he's very knowledgeable. He knows everything pretty much in the Holy Bible. He knows everything about the Torah, which is basically just the Old Testament of the Bible. He also is very fluent in the Quran. But, he's claiming to be the leader of all 3 of these religions and the legitimate pope. So I don't know. A lot of people thought that Elon Musk was the false prophet. A lot of people thought that Trump was the false prophet. Even going as far back as Obama, there's been a lot of people.
What would be really messed up is if this dude was just like a messed up joke from the Joel Osteen churches.
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy. I hope that this is a joke.
Yeah, right.
I hope that this guy is joking. Or that if he's not joking, he snaps out of his...
Yeah, right.
His...
This guy was probably one of Joel Osteen's top paid guys.
Probably. And I mean, I heard rumors too that he went to college here in America.
At
Who knows?
Osteen University.
At Osteen University. Could be. I mean, he's definitely a renegade dude that needs to be watched out for, because... And I encourage everyone. I don't know his YouTube channel, but he has a whole YouTube channel where he does all these interviews and he records all of his, I guess you could call them sermons, but all he's doing is getting up there and saying, I am this, I am that, I am more knowledgeable than you. Blah, 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 blah.
Jesus didn't do that.
No, Jesus didn't do that.
Jesus did good deeds. He did works.
And he didn't brag either.
No, he definitely was quiet about all of his work. That's what I'm watching right now on The Chosen. He came and did miracles, and then he told everyone to be quiet about it.
Yeah. He did not want to announce himself like that until the rightful time. And
he kept telling everybody, including his mother, Mary, that it wasn't his time. In
the Bible, nobody really, it's hard to explain, but basically Jesus's grand announcement to the whole entire people of his nation, at the time that he was alive, was the day that Pontius Pilate brought him up and said, this guy is claiming to be this. You can either crucify him or you can crucify the thief that's there. They gave the crowd an option.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked straight at Jesus and said,
Jesus,
we want him
Barabbas?
Gone. Was it Barabbas? The guy?
It was Barabbas.
Okay. It's all very ridiculous. Jesus made his grand opening, and then he got crucified, and then most everyone from there knows the story. I'm just wondering if this guy is the false prophet. Well, who's the Antichrist? When's that gonna pop up? Because
Who knows?
Yeah, because eventually the false prophet and the Antichrist are part of the same age. They're alive at the same time. When is the Antichrist going to pop up? And I know so many people are going to watch this and think that it's Trump or Elon Musk or
Right.
something like that. But I don't know if that... I don't know if I can see that. And the only reason being is because in this world, there are people that are so powerful behind the curtains that they make Elon and Trump and anyone like that literally look just like puppets.
Yeah, basically, the whole other side of the political party system, the D side.
The D side. But yeah, it's... all of this is mind-blowing to me. And I don't want to just sit around and watch this dude's YouTube page all day long and just keep learning more and more and more about him. I feel like he should be watched, and kind of everyone should keep an eye out for this guy, though, because...
To an extent, I feel like he should be watched, but to another extent, I don't want to support his page.
Right. And there's already on his page, he's got a fundraiser.
Yeah,
and people are sending in money through YouTube.
I don't want to support him whatsoever.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is I'm not... Once I've watched one video, I'm done. I'm not watching it again. And I think I've watched a couple of them now just to sort of get the education on who this guy is. Who does he think he is, at least?
A little bit of research, R&D.
Yeah, I had to research this guy a little bit, because when I first saw this initially, I was like, this ain't nothing. But then when I heard that there were planes flying over and dropping off those pamphlets and stuff saying the Messiah is here, that's when I was like, okay, we might be in trouble.
That's crazy.
This might be the false prophet. Yeah, I mean, I guess to follow up to that, it's like, when's the Antichrist going to pop out? If this guy is the false prophet, somebody alive right now is the Antichrist, and who is that going to be?
Who can it be now?
Yep.
Maybe we shouldn't sing that song, because that is licensed material.
Hey, it's a remix. But yeah, this is where I would encourage this. Even if this guy isn't the false prophet, I encourage anybody who is not right with God right now to get right with your Heavenly Father. It's time.
Definitely.
Any time is right for that. But if there would be any time where you really should start getting concerned and get right with God, I think this is a pretty good time for that.
We are in a massive Jesus movement. This is like a Billy Graham type of era.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to be alive in this and see it.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming to Christ right now.
Oh, yeah. It's just insane. Like, I just see just all kinds of TikTok videos, just the younger generations and stuff, everybody coming to Christ just constantly. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I sort of feel like once The Chosen got put out, that helped a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
Too.
Turn the tides.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even though The Chosen is the company that owns them is a Mormon company, and there are some problems with The Chosen. Like, there's stuff in the TV show that is not in the Bible. Like, it's just kind of filler. Like, they're just kind of taking a guess at what was going on, and they'll put that in there. And a lot of people have a problem with the fact that Matthew is portrayed as being autistic, because the Bible never talked about that. But regardless, that show, I do feel like, is helping a lot of people sort of see what the walk of Jesus was while he was here, and that he was a pretty cool guy.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't all like, oh, you're sinning. Oh,
Yeah.
you're going to hell. That's it. You're done.
Jesus, he went to sinners and invited them to come hang out, basically.
Yes, he hung out with sinners
I mean,
almost exclusively.
Mary, when he found Mary, she was possessed. She was
Lilith.
basically.
She was.
Yeah. And
That's exactly who she was. They were calling her Lilith because she was possessed by Lilith.
oh, yeah. Well, then that makes sense. I mean, but yeah, it sort of seems like this guy, the one who's claiming to be the Messiah, he's the complete opposite of that. I can tell from the vibe that I'm getting off of him by watching his videos and hearing him speak that anyone and everyone who goes against this guy, he wants them to burn, basically. It's just delusional.
Yeah,
and
right.
He believes that he was sent here by God on a mission.
We were all sent here by God on a mission.
Well, I think this guy was sent here by the devil on a mission. I think that he was sent by somebody, and whether it was the CIA who sent this guy,
Right.
whether it was the devil who sent this guy, whether it was
Who is this guy's God? That is the question.
Yeah, I mean, he's claiming to. So he thinks that the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran are all referring to the same God, and that is who he was sent by, and that he's the leader of the Christians, he's the leader of the Muslims, and he's the leader of the Jews. I think it's just pathetic, honestly. This guy needs a life.
He just wants attention.
Yeah. And that's another thing. This could be a guy who is just psycho and wants a lot of attention. He's getting it. Mm-hmm. And he said in one of his videos, he's not doing this for attention because it would leave a bad legacy for his children. I don't know,
I feel like if he didn't get the attention that he wanted, that there would be some bombings.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's getting there because he's got all these supporters. And how are you getting planes to fly over and drop pamphlets? Are these military planes? Does he have a say in the Egyptian military where he lives at?
That's crazy.
I mean, I've never seen a cult leader be basically now in charge of a whole country.
Right.
Usually, cult leaders, they got their little group of 20, 30 people. Sometimes there's big cults that have thousands of people, but this guy, if he's got planes dropping off pamphlets to people saying the Messiah is here, he very well could be the false prophet mentioned in the book of Revelation and other books in the Bible. Is it scary? Yeah, but at the same time, if your heart is right with God, you shouldn't be scared.
Yeah, it shouldn't be scary, but it's just, I say it's scary because, it's just something changing, it's the unknown.
It's spooky.
It's an abrupt thing.
Yeah,
we don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, and, it's one of those things where
it's kind of like my stroke, I could go to sleep tonight and we could never wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That it is kind of like the stroke that you had. It's just very abrupt, and all of a sudden you don't expect it to happen, and here it is.
Yeah, everything can just be done.
And that's another reason why everyone should probably get right with God, because when he comes back, it's gonna be like a thief in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that Jesus is coming back soon, and I think it's
definitely.
Yeah, I think that if this guy is the false prophet, he's got a rude awakening waiting for him in some years coming down the line once everything in the book of Revelation has come to pass, if that is the time we're living in. So, yep, delusional nutcase. Mm-hmm. Or potentially the false prophet. Either way, I'm not worried about it, but I did want to cover it today because we are a Christian podcast, and this is the biggest thing going on news-wise in the Christian community right now is this guy.
Well, that guy's got it.
Yeah, that guy's got it. message to the Mahdi. Like, you're not nothing, man. You're not nothing. The guy upstairs, he's everything. I guess we can wrap this topic up today, because I just wanted to kind of give our viewpoints and thoughts on it. Do you have anything to add to this?
No, I don't. I'm all good on this.
Yeah, you just think this guy's a nut.
Yeah, he's a nutcase.
Yep, it's something that
I could say a whole lot more vulgar things, but
just
I am
bite
a
the
changed
tongue.
man.
Bite your tongue, buddy. Yeah, same here. I could really go in right now, but I'm not going to, because I'm a changed man as well. And if anyone else has been watching previous episodes or in our introduction, they'll see that me and Jake used to be not like this. We used to be something else. And now we are believers in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I guess we can wrap that up. So you're done, Jake?
Yep, I'm all set on this wacko.
Yeah. I think I am too. So everybody, get right with God. Educate yourself a little bit on this guy, but don't get sucked into his message. Just be aware of what's going on. You know, you need to be aware. All right. To everybody out there, I hope you have a blessed and amazing day today. This has been Blake
And Jake
from the Redeemed Podcast, and we hope you all have an awesome one. Peace.
Have a great day, guys.